Hi friends, thank you for joining me for 5-minute yoga. Today I'm starting a series of routines that I've designed to balance and heal the chakras. We could get into a whole thing about chakras, but we only have 5 minutes, so that's the basics we're getting today. Today's routine is going to be a lunar style flow, so a little more relaxing. Lunar style flow designed to focus on the root chakra or Muladhara, so the one at the very base of the spine. So, with no further explanation, please join me on your mat in an easy seated position. We'll take a few minutes, close your eyes, take a few deep breaths. As you breathe, inhale deep into the belly, deep into that root chakra. If you like, you can imagine a warm red glow emanating from that chakra, spiraling around you. Focus your breath and your energy into that area. Take 2 more breaths. And gently flutter the eyes open. Extend the legs out long in front of you. Transitioning into a seated forward bend. So continue to root through the sacrum, root through your root chakra. Raise the arms up overhead and extend forward on the exhale. Think of extending forward, lengthening the spine, lengthening through the crown of the head, continuing to root through the ground before folding over the legs. If you need to bend your knees to create a more gentle stretch of the muscles, I offer that. You can also try to straighten the legs to create more of a stretch in the joints. With each exhale, you can fold a little bit further. With each inhale, extend a little bit longer, even if it's just by a hair. Two more breaths here. And on your inhale, gently roll up 1 vertebrae at a time until the spine is finally extended. Gently bring the feet in, tucking the knees into the chest. You can take a moment here. With this pose, this might be enough for you. If you feel enough of a stretch in the hamstrings or in the low back, this is good. Just focus on keeping the back straight and the shoulders back. If you feel a little bit more of a challenge, root deep into that root chakra. Take the hands to the outside of the heels and hold on. Again, this might be enough for you, but if you still need more of a challenge, you can play with lifting the feet. Extending the knees a little bit. The full expression of the pose will have you straightening the legs. And this is as far as I can take it. But if you want to try and go further, you can bring the knees all the way to the nose. Remember to keep that solid, energetic root through the sacrum into the ground. Tuck the chin. Try to keep the shoulders away from the ears. It's a good one. Remember to breathe. And when you've had enough, you can drop the feet. Try to do it with control, remembering the breath. And take a moment to rest. Extend the feet out in front of you once again, this time opening up at the knees and the hips for wide angle seated forward bend. And again, with this pose, take the feet as wide as you can. It doesn't have to be all the way out. If you're in here, that's enough. Just meet your body where you're at. Continue to ground through that root chakra. breathing deep, 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 deep into the sacrum. Once you've found a good place here, you can start to extend forward. And just like with our seated forward fold, remember to think of extending long before coming forward. Keep the knees and the toes pointed up towards the ceiling to protect the hips. Get that good opening stretch through the pelvis. Continuing to think of rooting through the sacrum, grounding through the seat bones, and breathing deep into the pelvic bowl. Two more deep breaths in this position. Inhale back up to seated. Bring the legs in. You can assist by pulling the knees in one at a time. And come into a tabletop. From here, take the knees out wide. You might need some sort of cushioning underneath the knees or ankles. We're coming into frog pose. Frog pose can be a really intense hip opener, so start out slow with this. You want to keep a 90-degree angle in the knees and gently lower the hips to the ground. Think of pulling the butt back towards the heels to keep that 90-degree angle in the torso and the thighs, and then the knees and the calves. From a different angle, this pose looks like so. So don't go too deep. Ease into it. If you need to have a prop to support the hips, feel free to use a block or blanket or bolster. And if you find yourself creeping forward, pull yourself back. This pose is all about opening the hips, opening up any stagnation in the pelvic bowl and the sacrum, anything that might be holding that sacral chakra energy from doing all the good it needs to do. One more deep breath in frog pose. Gently come forward onto your belly. If you need to kick out the knees, give yourself a little break. You can do that, or the ankles. Another nice one after that. Still windshield wiper the feet. And take one breath here. Very good. From this position, take the hands underneath the armpits, and I'm dealing with a little injury, so I'm modifying a little bit. Normally you would go palms down, but I'm using my fists, which is more than a welcome option if you have sensitivity in the wrists. Gently push up to a tabletop position and bring the left knee forward for pigeon pose. Find the angle of this pose that's comfortable for you. If you like to bring the leg out so that it's even with the edge of your mat, that's the traditional form of this pose, but it's just as acceptable to bring the leg in and get a deeper stretch in the hips and low back, if that's what feels good for you. A lot of balancing the chakras is just breaking up stagnant energy. A lot of times forcing ourselves too far, pushing ourselves beyond our limits, doesn't help to break that up. Sometimes it's just about feeling what feels good in your body, meeting yourself where you're at, giving yourself what you're asking for. Lower the torso gently down to extend the spine and open the low back. And just take 2 brief breaths here. On your inhale, rise back up. Gently swing the back leg around, taking the place of the front and kicking what was the front leg to the back. Same principle, find a comfortable position for your knee and your hip to rest the front shin in pigeon pose. Try to think of drawing this open hip down towards the ground and squaring the hips. And just find a comfortable spot for you. Remember that red aura circling our energy, our being. Is it moving more quickly now? Is it moving slower? Has the color changed? Lower down. Open the low back. 2 deep breaths. Rise back up on your inhale. Place the hands solid on either side of the knee, kicking back to tabletop and gently lowering the body down to a prone position. And just let gravity take its toll on you. You can spend as much time here as you like. Let all the good work integrate into your cells. Let that special energy course through your being, free to heal, to inspire, to help. I will leave you here. Thank you so much for joining me today. Namaste.